Recently, Marvel released two new movie trailers. One for the Thunderbolts and another for Captain America Brave New World. I almost said New World Order, but I covered that almost 2 years ago. Anyway, I watched them both. I wanted to comment on them briefly because I see a real dichotomy between the two. The Thunderbolts, I believe, is going to be a good Marvel movie. What you would expect when you go to see something. Veterans of Phase 1, 2, and 3, the Infinity Saga, who grew up during that time, who watched all those movies as they were released, and left the theater each and every time looking forward to the next installment. I believe that the Thunderbolts is going to fall into that category, into that level of production, that it will actually engage an audience once again, and when the movie is over, will leave them wanting more, wanting something else, whatever may be next. One reason that I make that claim is, again, because Scarlett Johansson herself has her name attached to this. She's one of the executive producers. And at this point in her career, when she no longer has the MCU being in front of the camera, so to speak, that her character has been removed from the pantheon, at least in the universe as we know it. She's moving into other realms of production in association with the MCU, and she's not going to put her name on it and allow it to be crap. I firmly believe that, and that's a simplistic way to say it, I understand. But that's one of the reasons I think this movie is going to be so good. Another reason I think it's going to be good is because the actors here, and you can see them as the elevator door opens, I think this is, again, a true ensemble cast. It's not the same level as the Avengers, when in the first Avengers movie, when they finally got the six of them all together, and they all gelled as the movie went along into this cohesive group that learned how to function as one and support each other. Okay, the Thunderbolts don't exactly rise up to that level of congeniality, I suppose, but they do have a chemistry. They do have a chemistry together, which comes across even in the preview. And I think that's going to be a good positive for the film, something that's going to stand out as opposed to some of the fare we've been getting recently, that Marvel fans have had to suffer through recently. When you look at things like She-Hulk, The Marvels, and Agatha All Along. I'll have more on that in my next video. But this appears to have a story that, again, just from judging from nothing more than the trailer, it appears to have a story, a plot that has been thought out and developed and will be true to itself as the movie progresses. Okay, it may be a simplistic story. That's one of the criticisms that I can see leveled against the film, is that the plot line itself is just another, the misfits come together and become a band of friends. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a trope sometimes. That's been used in all genres, science fiction, westerns, cop movies, whatever you want to say. But if it's effectively employed, then it is still a story worth paying attention to. It is still a story worth watching. And that's what I think we have here with the Thunderbolts. It's going to be something enjoyable, which is what a movie should be. Which brings us to Captain America New World Order, which I say again, is going to be exactly the opposite. I think this movie is foobarred, and if you don't know what those letters stand for, it's beyond all recognition, I'll put it that way. This movie has just dug itself into a hole that, other than going back and scrapping the entire affair and starting from scratch, there's no way to fix it. They've been trying to fix this movie for almost 2 years now. It's been reshot twice, as I've talked about before. It's been reshot twice, and according to the latest test screenings and the audiences who were allowed in to see it, it still sucks. Okay, I'm not the least bit surprised at this point. If you watch the trailer and pay real attention to some of the background details, what they've done here is set up an almost impossible storyline to wrap your head around, to embrace, I suppose is a better word. Vibranium. Oh my God, they found new vibranium in the celestial being that was popping up out of the ocean in the Eternals, and the evil president of the United States wants to mine it. And so there are other entities out here, Japan being one of them, and they've taken the Falcon. Okay, they've taken Anthony Mackie's the Falcon and turned him into a Mary Sue. If you, I mean, seriously, the character here is nothing more than a Mary Sue, a superhero that can do anything, that can go up against F-18s and F-35s and just sort of fly right through them and throw his shield around against Aegis missiles as they're coming in, RT-LAMs, Tomahawk land attack missiles or whatever. I mean, he just throws his shield and they just bounce off and blow all the missiles up, and his shield defies all the laws of physics and just keeps flying so that he can catch it right in the midair. And look here, he cuts a car in half with his vibranium suit, because vibranium, you know, it's the magical bullshit device of the MCU now. And anybody wearing vibranium can do anything, as that was established in Black Panther, the Black Panther movie, which I said years ago when that came out, as everybody was falling all over themselves and prostrating themselves to praise the Black Panther movie. I thought, you know, there's only one reason these people are doing this. That movie wasn't very good. It just wasn't. And Black Panther 2 was even worse. Okay, well, Captain America Brave New World is in the same category. People are going to be falling all over themselves to praise this movie when it is irreparably damaged, and it's a Frankenstein at this point. The movie is just a patchwork of what they've tried to shoot before, thrown together to try to sell a story, to try to sell a character, and then hopefully make a few bucks. And that's what we've got with Captain America Brave New World. The two movies are polar opposites. That's what I'm trying to say. The two movies are polar opposites. And so to close up on this edition, I would simply say, when these movies are released, go see the Thunderbolts, have a good time, eat some popcorn, take a date, take your mom, take your kids, whatever, man. I think it's going to be a really good movie. When Captain America Brave New World comes out, stay home and watch the Jetsons or something. That's an old reference. Holy shit. Bring up old old episodes of Game of Thrones or something, man. And just wait for it to come out on video. All right. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Look at you. You are all so adorable.
You're not Steve Rogers.